over 75 to 80% of businesses fail in the first 2 years. So it takes humility for your business to tank and go down, and for you to start it back up again. I also just learned the story about the creator of Uggs. I don't know if you guys know the story. He was selling these moccasin boots to surfers, right? Like moccasin boots for people that are on the water. And he was in California. Like, think about Uggs in California. Like, who's wearing Uggs in California? And he was able to go to this surfing store, and he went there, and the person said, yeah, we'll buy them. He liked them. Then he ordered this whole inventory of them. And then when he brought it back to the store, the guy was like, I didn't say I wanted them right now. Like, why are you bringing this inventory to me? And now he's stuck with all this inventory, and he didn't really know what to do with them. He saw a surfer, a kid, influencer, I would say. Back in that day, we ain't really have that verbiage, but he had the kid wear them, and then all the kid's friends started buying them up, and he literally sold them for himself. It blew up. We know what Uggs is right now. But in that time, him and his partner signed a deal, and they started distributing them with a big distributing company, and they wind up firing him from his own company. They asked him to work in marketing. Now, would you do that? You started this company, right, out of nothing. You tried to sell it to a big brand name store. You didn't get that brand name store. You was able to sell it on your own, right? Now, these big companies are now coming to you to distribute your product, and they're telling you that you can no longer be the CEO of this thing. They want you to work in marketing. Would you do it? Do you think he did it? He did. He did it for 10 years. He worked in marketing for 10 years of a company that he built. And the head of the company, after the 10 years, wound up passing away. And the wife came to him like, we got to put it back in your hands. I think that took a lot of humility. I don't even know if I'm that humble. Honestly, like, what? Y'all gonna tell me something I created? I gotta work in the back. But that's the thing, right? He was a true business owner. Like, right? He knew he owned that brand. And if you guys look at the Steve Jobs brand as well, Steve Jobs was fired from Apple as well. And if you look at these stories, that's what we do as business owners. We look at the greats and we study their stories, and we see what, these are the mentors that we have that we don't know. We ain't talking about these fake people online that ain't sold nothing, that sold the ebook. We talk about people that really have been successful. Study their stories. Like, if you're looking for a mentor, you don't know where to go, study those people's stories, right? So bringing it back to that, like, you have to have a level of humility too. So it takes humility for your business to tank and go down, and for you to start it back up again. That takes humility. So there's certain characteristics about these people that you see as successful that we really need to tap into to create businesses that are gonna last, right? And if you want to become a business owner, like, if you ain't humble, it ain't gonna work. Because I know 90% of us, and I'm saying us, because that's me, chat, because I don't know. Working in the back in marketing, I wouldn't have done it. You know what I'm saying? But he was able to get his business back. He sold it for millions and millions and millions of dollars later on. But it was his, and it was his vision. And a lot of times when it's your vision, and you believe in it, and you can have other people believe in it, it's going to take you far. So create a vision for yourself. Like, a lot of times we're in these spaces where we don't even really know what we want to do. We see people do stuff and we feel like we could do it. That's really what it is. That's really what all of this really is. You don't know your purpose. You don't know what you're supposed to be doing. You see somebody doing something, they successful, so you just want to do it. And you're not successful doing it because it ain't your gift, So I had to go, during one of my mentorships, I had to go through a deep, deep journey of self-discovery. And I think this was one of the most spiritual times in my life. I just really who are you, Falasha? Like, what are you good at? What are your gifts? Like, block out everybody and everything else. Like, inner knowing, like, who are you? Like, what you supposed to do? What contribution are you supposed to have on this earth? So I really think if we're going that deep, we don't got time to be scrolling, chat. You don't got time. It's a time and place for everything. We don't have time for it. You know what I mean? So I think that if we want to really make impact in this life, we should be going deep. And that takes some spiritual connectivity. That takes inner knowing. And that takes having great people around you. So, find yourself, get to know yourself. I think that our culture has a problem with wanting to look like you're winning, but you're really not winning. So we like to get into these attractive industries, and now everybody wants this microphone. Everybody wants these attractive industries, and just to bring popularity or whatever they feel like it brings to them, fame. And they would like kind of side eye a person that like started their own need-based business. Like when I started a need-based business, people were like, nah, but you was doing this. You was just talking to 50 Cent. Like, why are you doing that? You know, it was a need-based business that I was really making money from. So it wasn't about like the look of this industry being so glamorous. It was more so about purpose. It was more so about like connectivity to who I really was, assignment. You know what I mean? So I don't really think people care about that. Like I was just talking to somebody and it was like, we need plumbers. We need electricians. We can't all be content creators. We can't all be here doing YouTube shorts. Like, my daughter need a teacher. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally, the year when I left, I taught for 10 years. The year when I left teaching declined. Like, right now, they're, like, looking for teachers so much. Like, everybody wants to kind of be doing their own independent thing that they feel is glamorous so they could showcase it to people. And that's what I really think it is. It's really this online stuff. Like, we have a generation coming that does not know life without the internet. I don't even know how that's going to look for us. You know what I'm saying? I'm a millennial. I've played outside. I used to, do hopscotch outside. Like, we ain't have phones. I had to tell my friend on the house phone, meet me in front of such and such building so we could meet up. Like, we didn't have these things, So it was a gift for us not to. So now we're able to navigate these spaces. But a lot of the generation that's coming up now, they don't have that. And even all of these new careers that are coming out, they don't need school for it. Like my daughter right now, she about to go to college. She's like, Ma, I don't need school. Like I really have to coerce her to go to college. She just, my daughter hit 1 million on TikTok. You can't tell nothing. 1 million, like 1 million people seen your video? I haven't even hit 1 million yet. I've been doing this for like 10 years. You know what I'm saying? She just posts her face doing this and she hit 1 million. So she's like, yeah, Ma, I'm about to just do this TikTok thing. You know what I mean? But is it sustainability? We don't even know. Like right now, this whole thing shut off. We don't even know. A lot of people not going to be able to eat. I saw a story about a girl that she just picked up and moved to Texas. Just like with her child, no job, no nothing. She was going to do content stuff, And she was literally in a homeless shelter. Like when reality hits like that, that's what it's going to take for y'all to wake up? No, like we really got to get our ducks in a row and our stuff in check. I think that it's just way too much. I think that it's unraveled like way too much. I talk about this a lot in my circles because it's just like I want to be around people that are like connected to reality. Like because if you're not, I know your real life, your real world is just messed up. It's just all messed up. It's skewed. Your real world is you don't even know the difference between reality and the real. It's skewed. Right? So if you're here saying that, maybe my daughter shouldn't go to college. And college ain't for everybody. I'm a person of education. Education has pulled me out of poverty. So I can never not be for education. Do we need college for everything? I don't think so. I don't believe so. But I asked my daughter this. What you gonna do? So if you don't go to college, what are you gonna do? What is your plan? TikTok? That's a lot of y'all plans. Like, no, it has to be a plan. You know what I'm saying? She told me she wanted to be a business owner. I said, go to school and learn business. You know what I mean? Learn something. Like everything that I have done, I had to get, even if it wasn't through college, I had to get educated about it. I had to be taught by somebody. I had to be mentored by somebody. There's nothing that came to me that just like dropped on my lap, So we had to go through the process and we got to teach our young people that too. Like, although she got 1 million views, she got a couple free wigs, nails, I don't know. You know what I mean? But I'm like, how you going to live up for this? Like, you going to eat? Did they send you dinner for the night? You know what I mean? So I really had to, I'm raising a child in that generation. So I really got to stay connected to that generation in a way where it's just like a reality check has to be slapped on them and us in general. Like I need it for myself. This discussion I need for myself as well. Cause I was in that, I like to call it rat race stage. I gotta put out this content. I gotta do this. I gotta do, and it's like, for what? You getting paid? What are you doing? What are you doing? Are you getting paid for this? It's one thing, and I think I'm in a space now where it's one thing for me to just have something inside of me that I want to deliver to people that I don't need anything back from. Like, I don't need a check from this right now. I don't need. So now I could flow freely, right? I don't need something back from this right now. I'm doing it out of purpose. I'm doing it out of there's something inside of me that I need to birth out, right? So when you're operating in that space, you're not operating out of scarcity. You're not operating out of validation from people. You're not operating out of I put out episodes and I know that people would hate this. I put out episodes that I don't even post. I just put it out because it was something inside of me that I needed to speak about, and I just put it out. Now, of course, I would love to have a team that'll be, doing all the footwork and all that stuff for me. I could get there. That's not a problem because I have the money to do that now. I got the money to do that now. You know what I'm saying? So that's the point of me taking a pause and saying, I got to get some money. I got to figure this thing out because I can't do it without resources. So it's really a question to ask yourself, do you want hope or do you want reality? Because a lot of these people are selling hope. If you name 5 people that are really killing it and crushing it, that we don't really even know because we don't know their numbers. And I said, I want to interview somebody that's really making money on the internet. You really making money off doing online fully. I want to interview you, please. But we don't really know their numbers. But say if you got the top 5 people, if one of them take a hit, y'all never going to know. Because what they going to do is they just going to repackage and resell so you guys can buy it. That's y'all, that they are banking on you guys keeping them afloat and abreast because y'all don't know y'all purpose and y'all don't know where y'all going. So it all ultimately goes back to self and your journey within yourself. So I really hope that we would really look at this thing in a lens where we are really taking a grasp of our reality. And we really know there's a thin line between the hope and the reality of things. So we can always kind of hope that things are going to work out, things are going to be the best that they could be. And then there's a reality of the situation I'm broke and I really don't got it. And I really can't even stretch myself to go to this conference for this person. You're putting money in their pocket that you don't even have, So we had to really get to self-realization of where we are for real. Where we are for real in life in this moment. And then 5 years from now, if I'm doing the same thing that I'm doing right now, buying into these conferences, buying into these ebooks, buying into whatever it is that they're selling, in 5 years, where is it going to take me? Am I going to be further along in my journey? Am I going to be further along in what I set out to do? And if it's not, you just bandwagon. You really just riding bike. My daughter says. She's riding bike. I'm what is that? Yeah, you're a fan. You just a fan. And you want to kind of buy into their audience. I was talking about people being entitled to other people's platforms. Maybe you feel if this person could see you, they'll give you an opportunity on their platform. You are not entitled to nobody's platform. And even them platforming you doesn't guarantee the success that they have. So these things are the things that we have to really look at and look in the future, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, do you still see this thing lasting? Do you see it kind of morphing into something bigger? Do you see it kind of becoming something? If not, don't waste your time on it. You're wasting your life. You're literally wasting your life. I also think that people don't really believe that just because you started it so small with one camera that they have to do it like that. Because I also think with this culture, they feel like they could do it better than you. So even though you they mentor and you they guru, oh, he did it like that, but I could do it faster. So if it took you 5 years to grow your channel to 100,000, I could do it faster because I'm better than you. I just like you, but I'm better than you. That's really how this generation is. It is really like that. So they're not really looking at the process that the person really took. I had one camera. I didn't even have a camera. I had my phone. I had one light, whatever it was that started that person's process. I started with such and such amount of subscribers. They just believe that they could do it faster. That's the generation. It's a microwave generation that we're in. They just believe that they could just do it faster. They're more talented. They're more gifted. People, I hear the young kids saying this all the time. People are going viral on TikTok, even for nothing. But that in that viral moment, like, what did you use? What did you use from it? Like, what did you do with it? Like, my daughter went 1 million views. JT posted her. Like, what did we do with it? I didn't even know what to do. I was like, they was like, flash on. I'm like, I didn't even know what to do. Right. So a lot of times, you know, they're not really looking at the process that the true content creators are putting into this thing, and the years and the time and the brick by brick that they put into building their brands. They're just feeling like they're coming into it and they could just do it overnight. And that's not reality. That's a misconception. So we had to really know anything that you see somebody with, they put the time in the process to do it. And anything that is given quickly and easily, it could be lost quickly and easily. So if somebody was given something really quickly and easily, you don't know them anymore. We don't know them. We ain't talking about them anymore. The people that really have taken their time to put into their craft or whatever it is that they're doing, it's sustainability. They sustain it. So it's really not about, the time frame is about sustaining the platform. It's about being able to morph and change into new things. Like, that's like with Joe Budden, right? Joe Budden started as a rapper. Look at him now. He's the podcast god. He started as a rapper. If he would have tried to continue rapping and he's 40 and he just want to be a rapper so bad, I don't think it would have worked out for him like that, right? So we really had to learn how to, and that's why I use the word pivot so much, that we really have to learn how to pivot and morph and really not follow nobody else's journey. Maybe in this season, I'm good at this thing, but as I've gotten older, I've kind of journeyed off into something else. That's like Rihanna. She's this big beauty mogul right now. She didn't start out that way. What if she would have just continued to listen to y'all? Like, when she gonna put out her album, when she gonna put out her album, and she wouldn't be the billionaire. She's a billionaire right now from the beauty industry, not from music, right? So study these greats, study these people. These are the people that, and the way they do their stuff. We're not married to a certain version of ourselves. You know, we grow and we learn things, and we're able to unlock certain things in ourselves once we grow. People rather compete than collaborate because of fear. I'm a person that I love collaboration, but sometimes I jump into wanting to collaborate too soon. Like, before I see the full picture of something that I want to do, I might say, oh, this person would be good to do a podcast with. Like, I did that like twice. Unfortunately, a lot of those relationships broke because of that, which it shouldn't have. But I think that as a person that likes to collaborate, we need to get the full picture sometimes first before we start reaching out to people, because people get offended. But I think that people are just insecure. And I think that we work better in numbers. We work better when we're together, especially us as a collective of creators. And it builds something stronger when we work together. But people rather have the glory for themselves. It's about glory. It's about vainglory. People just rather want the attention on them. They want the glory for themselves. And a lot of times people are not willing to do the work. The counterparts are not willing to do the work. So when it comes to collaboration over competition, I'm all for collaboration. But there's always going to be competition. So top red flags to look out for in your fave social media gurus. And listen, it's okay. They're your faves, but y'all got to look out for these red flags, okay? So reason number 1, a guru who talks around the topic. He says how possible it is and how capable it is for everyone to do it, but never actually give steps and insight. That's a red flag. They just be talking around the topic. They ain't giving you no steps. They ain't giving you no insight. They want you to buy the ebook. Red flag number 1. Red flag number 2, gurus who make it seem like it took them years to do something, overemphasizing their process to make it almost impossible for somebody else to start. So they're just overly like, they did this and they did that, and you're like now fearful. Now you need them to do this process. They want you to buy in. Reason number 2, gurus who talk about the failures more than the success. Like, I want to hear about your success stories. I don't really want to hear about your failures. I want to hear about your successes and your failures. If you did fail, how you picked yourself up from those. So look at that. Reason number 4, gurus who forgot where they came from. So when they give you information or knowledge, they make it seem like they're talking down on people who have yet started their journey to success. So you don't want somebody like sitting on a high horse looking down on you. Most of them do that. That should have been number 1 red flag. Most of them do that. They're better than you. You need their help, and they don't even tell you where they came from. So those are my red flags, man. Check check your social media platforms. Start unfollowing. Stop buying in. Let's make fake gurus go broke. Okay? When you do seek out a trusted guru, right? Somebody that you respect, are you seeking them out to mentor you and help you, or are you seeking them out to do the work for you? I'm never going to hire somebody to do any work for me. And if you're doing work for me, you getting paid, right? So I'm always looking to do partnering with people that I see of great value that could add value to my life. So at this stage in my life, I have some great people around me that's like, they doing a lot. And they don't got time to do the work for me. A real guru, they don't got time to do the work for you. Even, I want to get into this credit repair stuff because I see a lot of these people, credit repair gurus. And I've lost hundreds, I ain't gonna say thousands, maybe, of dollars to these ones, right? Because they say, hey, they're gonna clean your credit for you. Now, this one, I would say I wanted them to do the work for me. I didn't hire them to mentor me. I just wanted to pay them to get the work done. And then it was like, oh, you got to write your own letters? Oh, you got to do this? What am I paying you for? I could do my own letters. So it depends on the person and the kind of mentor it is. But I am hiring you to equip me to be able to do a job or to learn something or put a tool in my toolbox. That is why I'm hiring a mentor or a guru. Never hired a guru before, though. Just a mentor. So really, to wrap up this fake guru conversation, do your homework on people. Do your homework. And that is not a scroll through social media. Social media is not a resume. Okay? Listen, I really have to give y'all heart to heart right now. Do your homework on these folks. Do your homework on people. Do your homework on them, whether you're trying to start your business, whether you're trying to clean your credit, whether you're trying to build your social media platforms. Listen, Instagram, it's not your resume. Okay? Limit your amount of trusted voices. The people that's speaking to you, this come from everywhere. Limit it. Get you one or two people that are trusted voices in your life that you taking those decisions from those people. Get you one or two trusted people that you trust their voice when they speak. They mean well. They mean the best for you. Give yourself a list of what are these people doing that can help you and what you trying to do. Now, if it don't correlate, it's idolatry at this point. Why are you following this person? Why do you want help from this person? It has to correlate. You can't be here following a chef from a cooking show because you like his kitchen and you trying to do content that got to do with a mom's. It don't correlate, and we got to check ourselves. Do you just want that person platform? Do you just want to be on a platform that a lot of eyes are on? Check yourself. Check your vanity. Check it. Do you just want to be seen? This new drug, this new thirst for fame, is kind of weird. It's weird out here. They call Hollywood Holly weird. It's insta weird out here. It's insta weird out here. Y'all weird.